Okay, good. So what I'm going to do, welcome. It's the end of the session. You can see that the crowd has thinned and they are also looking tired actually. So our job is a hard job. Either they want to go home or we need to entertain them actually. So it's a hard one actually. So first thing first I'm going to ask is that if you guys can do a quick introduction about yourself actually. And Archana, let's start from you, then Prateek and Naga, then we'll come to you actually. Just a bit of your background, what you do in this present role. And I know you have money and all that, so people would like to chase you actually. So I'm sure those who are listening, they're very intently listening how to get money out of you. Actually.
Sure. So I'm Archana Priyadarshini, and I work as a venture partner for Unicorn India Ventures. My background is I have worked in corporate in various development roles. After that, I took a plunge into entrepreneurship, and I exited from my company, and then I started doing angel investment, and later I started working with the fund. So in my current role, I do the evaluation of the deals which come to us, and also help the companies in which we invest to decide their strategy and raising their fund for the next round.
Prateek.
Hey, I'm Prateek Poddar. I work in the investment team at Nexus Venture Partners. We manage about $1.4 billion of assets. I primarily work with financial technology companies, health tech companies, content platforms, and travel companies. Prior to this, I worked on my startups for 3 years. None of them worked out, so I joined a VC fund. Easier job to do. Before that, I worked in a quant trading role and at a private equity firm. So computer scientist by education, first jobs were more of financial jobs, then tech jobs, tech roles in startups, and then VC. So moving around a bit.
So there is a future for entrepreneur, those who are thinking that going is getting tough. So there is definitely a future. Like a quick question, what's the size of a fund you guys are managing?
My fund is a early stage startup fund. It is a 100 crore fund.
Okay, Prateek, how much?
Yeah, it's $1.4 billion.
1.4 billion?
10,000 crores.
Wow, man, that's huge actually. Okay, keep an eye on both you guys actually. So Naga, quick introduction,
Yeah,
including what you're wearing actually, because very rare people wear this kind of things these days. They're difficult to find, and I really respect them.
So I'm Naga. I am an angel investor. I focus on ventures that makes an impact, right? Everybody says that we're all making impact, but I will give you some example later about what impact means. So I'm part of this Indian Angel Network where we invest from 25 lakhs to around 10 crores. Then I have another initiative in Madurai where we say no English, no PowerPoint. You solve a problem, we'll give you money. So that we do around 5 lakhs to 50 lakhs. So I've done around 21 investments, and this is one of my investments called Go Co-op. So we support artisan directly to sell to the customer directly, mostly the US and European market. So we have around 5,000 cooperatives online. India has 24,000, so we have a lot of work to do.
I'm interested in the Madurai one actually. That looks really intriguing actually. Okay guys, so I'm going to come straight to the point because you guys have something in your mind, and I know what it is because I'm an entrepreneur actually. So I have one question I'm going to ask all three of them to answer separately actually. So let's start with you, Naga. So you actually started that I invest in something that's impactful. So there are a lot of people who want to listen. Is that what is one thing you look for before you pick up, this is the company I want to invest in? Just one thing so that everyone gets it right today.
So the person, the entrepreneur, right? So we are talking about equity investment. Right? There are three kinds of investment: grant, debt, and equities. We are all talking about equity. Means that I will take a portion of your company. That is called equity investment, right? In the equity investment, we are betting on the person, right? It is not about going after the grandma's house, right? It is about the person's ability to execute what he wants to execute. So number one is the person. So one of my recent investment, I met an entrepreneur. This company is 10-year-old, and he's solving amazing problem. Company name is Neurosynaptic. We do telemedicine. So 68% of the India in the villages, and then 2% of the doctors are available. That's the problem he's solving. He was rejected by 85 investors. He has a list, right? I said, I'm going to invest in you. So the point is about that perseverance, right? So when 85 people said you're stupid, he never bothered. He never, ignored all these 85 people. He kept on continuing his perseverance, passion, right? Because the problem is still there, right? Gandhi told 100 years back, it's still 68% living in the villages, right? So SoftBank spent $1.5 billion to figure that out, right? But so that still we are in a denial. So that problem is very valid. As long as that problem is very valid, that perseverance what that made me to invest. So automatically, after we've done, there's quite a few investment happen. So number one is the person.
Thank you very much. Okay, Prateek.
Well, I think the answer will be same for all of us. It has to be the team. Because we are all early stage investors, we only look at the team. Whether the team is hungry, whether the team is mission driven or not. It's a long-term journey. It will be 10 years, 15 years, 20 years before the company eventually becomes a real large profitable company. And will he be able to sustain his entire life by just fighting for that goal? So it's only and only about the person and whether he's mission driven, whether he can get the entire team ready around him who can solve the problem.
So now you talked about, you talked about perseverance, you talked about whether he's mission driven. Can you give one example? Don't talk about the company, but give one example, like 78 time rejection, one example where you felt mission driven and this was the mission actually, so that everyone can understand.
So I'll actually give you a very simple example. When people are solving very large, very difficult problems, people say, I'm solving this problem and hence one of the companies I'm working with, the founder comes from a village in Rajasthan, in UP. That guy, after we invested in him, I took him to a party So I took him after we invested in that guy, I took him to a party and I spent 4,000 rupees on him. After that party, he told me, Prateek, this is the amount of money almost my entire family makes in a month. And that guy had been solving the problem that he was solving for last 4 years. The problem he was solving was very close to his heart. He just wanted to make people read. He just believes that people are not reading enough. It's such a simple problem. He just wants to solve that problem. And everyone around him, all the team members, are doing that almost for free since 4 years. No one has left ever. He's just committed to that problem. And that mission-driven approach is what kills for me.
Ensure that you put in your expectation letter, okay? Okay, Archana.
Yeah, likewise, the answer is the same. But however, I want to elaborate on a couple of things because we are a seed and angel level investor. So we take a leap of faith at that point of time when the project is in a very, very, very early stage. Prateek has the luxury of money, so he comes in a much later stage. So at that time, a lot of rough edges are ironed out. So at our stage, of course, the value prop and differentiator everybody will talk about. But more than that, what I look for is the person. And there are a couple of things which I see these days a lot. That a lot of wannabe entrepreneurs are there. They want to be entrepreneur, but when it comes to the pain, which is associated with that, they don't want to take that. They want to have a cozy life, but at the same time, they also want to be an entrepreneur. I don't know what does that mean, but I see a lot of people like that. These days, I'm seeing somehow in the youngsters, people want to do MBA from the Ivy League, and that's why they want to do startups. I have seen a couple of cases like that. So again, whenever I meet people, I see, like Mr. Naga said, perseverance. That has they ever shown any kind of grit in anything they have done in their life? Maybe right now the idea is new, they have never been an entrepreneur, first time they are taking a plunge into this, but has they shown anything, anywhere in their life? That is also very important to me. The third thing which I look for, at least seed level investor, that do the guy has financial stability or not? Can he survive for 2 years or maybe year and a half without leaving it up and start going back to the job? So all these things I look for when other than all the other things which every investor looks for, I definitely look for these things when I invest into them.
Thank you. I know you guys are eager to ask questions, but there's one thing I enjoy is that keeping things fun, simple, and enjoyable. Any one of you can go ahead. Any funny incident, you don't have to name anyone, funny incident where you said, oh my God, you must be joking actually when you're pitching to me like that. Anything comes to your mind, feel free to share with this group.
So, I have 2 stories actually. So once a guy came, he is building a matrimonial site, right? And